to Spotlight by Girl Talk. I'm Elizabeth Vargas.
Keith Maximilian.
Tiffany Soursby.
And I'm Patrick Caligiuri.
Patrick. Producer Patrick.
So they call me.
So they call you. Thank you for joining us. Cheers.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Happy New Year. Happy everything.
We've been talking about doing Girl Talk, and I said I can hang, and I'm here to hang.
You are here to hang. And where'd you fly in from?
From San Jose, California this morning.
San Jose.
And do you know the way to San Jose?
I don't know the way to San Jose.
I got worried about licensing issues, but I'd sing it.
So how are you?
I'm doing great.
I want to, so if those of you who don't know producer Patrick, he's on Instagram. You must follow him. He's got this entire platform on educating people on the actual film industry. He's got an entire system on how to stay busy in the film industry, correct? How to stay in business, how to stay busy.
Yeah, it's, the industry has taken a pretty hard hit over the last 2 or 3 years, like between COVID, between the strikes, and after the strikes, we thought the industry was going to get going again, but it actually contracted. And a lot of industry folks are like, don't know what happened. It was kind of like the rug got pulled out from underneath a lot of people. So I actually started social media as a producer who's been in the industry for 20 years to start trying to help people, especially industry people, understand what was happening within the industry. Because it's an industry where, sorry, but a lot of people bullshit each other. Oh, it's fine. It's coming back. Survive till 25. It's going to be great. But the reality is media is going through this transformation period. And we haven't seen it in 40 years. Like the last time media made a change like this was cable. But it's been changing.
When you say make a change, to what? Like digital?
Well, for example, like from silent films to talking films, or from radio to television, there's been these evolutions in channels and mediums, but we just never saw it. For us, TV and film was always the same since I'm an 80s baby, so it had not changed for me. And then all of a sudden, now we're in an era of going from television to internet. And
like from analog to digital.
Exactly.
In our parents' generation, so yeah.
100%. So we are now in this kind of stage where everybody's like, well, I don't know what's going on. And streaming came in and just kind of was a wrecking ball to a system that kind of fit together like a Picasso. It didn't really make sense, but it worked. Yeah. So now
Discovery Network?
Yes.
Just disintegrated half their...
Right. And it was like David Zaslav brought Discovery Networks to Warner Brothers, and then all of a sudden all those networks became worthless because cable is unfortunately a dying industry. The younger generations, they're not watching cable. It's
short-term memory, like
Right, exactly. I need my 1 minute consumption of cheap entertainment, but it's saturating the industry.
Yeah.
And it is changing drastically, and I think the industry is trying to keep up.
So let's tell the audience. Okay, his repertoire is phenomenal. Can you just tell the audience, what have you done? You've done, amazing work. How many shows have you been on? I think you've worked on.
That I've worked on? I couldn't give you a number.
But are you allowed to say on camera?
Oh, yeah. So I've worked on, I was a producer on The Amazing Race. I did Big Brother, Naked and Afraid, Bering Sea Cold, Ice Cold Gold. A lot of gold shows. I had an Alaska niche for a while. I hate the cold. I don't know how I got it.
But that show.
Yeah. But I did a lot with Discovery and National Geographic, American Idol. So yeah, I've been kind of around.
The Naked and Afraid thing got me. I was like, yes.
What do you want to know?
Were they really naked the whole time?
Oh yeah. Oh
they
yes.
were?
Oh yeah.
Did you guys film them physically naked?
There's like 100.
No, I have a lot of questions.
I never watched it because I was petrified that the balls would be like, woo!
Oh, they are.
So but there's no stickies?
Well, I'm there.
Wait, so you're on set with them?
Oh yeah, I'm in the jungle. Except I'm wearing clothes. I'm not naked.
No, I know, but you're like in a tent somewhere, or do they have you in bougie like trailers?
Well, there's no bougie trailers in the jungle. So sometimes it actually takes us like an hour to 2 hours to get to set, which is set is like the middle of the jungle. So sometimes we're in eco lodges, sometimes we're in like people's homes that they're kind of like an Airbnb, but usually we're pretty
rural.
Yeah. Like, one place I stayed, they're like, hey, by the way, we're going to chain up the fence in front of the hotel. Don't leave at night because the cartels will be running drugs through here. And I go,
Colombia?
That was actually Mexico.
Our neighbors. Okay, got
Our neighbors to the south. Not too far.
Wait, and one more question. Did anyone have a near-death experience with like the bug bites and stuff like that? Or is that all just built up?
No, it's a real survival show. These are real people.
So it's real.
It's real. These are people that, and there's no prize. Like they are survivalists that want to prove that they can survive in the wilderness for 3 weeks. And
They do a longer one too. It's like a 50.
oh yeah, and then there's XL, which is
40
like
You should do Naked and Afraid.
Oh, please.
I just do naked. I don't need the afraid.
He's a pilot. He would just fly in with his plane, drop himself off.
I'm more like clothed and mediocre. So it's like that's kind of my forte. But yeah, I did a few episodes of that show.
Oh no, my question.
Here we go.
Since I've watched that show, has anyone ever hooked up on that show?
Is there dirty sex going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's got.
Oh my God,
it's got
yes,
date one or two.
dirty sex.
One or two, for
Like
sure.
that sounds like an infection.
Well,
waiting to happen.
so let me
3 weeks of no showering.
What about like time out? What about the girls on their time of the month too? Like all
Is that-
that's
There's a
not
lot of
bad.
questions. Okay, we could answer these in
so
order,
many
which
questions.
is more important.
Sorry,
which is more
sorry,
important.
yeah.
I'd say, has any of the couples, have they ever hooked up?
Okay, so to answer that question, when you are naked and trying to survive, procreation is the last like instinct that you have. The first thing you're like is, I am thirsty, I am hungry, I need shelter. Like even though I could be staring at like the most attractive naked person, it's just like, I don't give a fuck. I really gotta
just want water.
I don't want lightning
Give me
to
some
strike
water.
me tonight.
But there's a couple episodes where they actually had water and they had meat for days.
Yes.
They were just living like kings. So I mean, what else are you gonna do?
So
that's what
I've heard of a rumor, but I can't confirm or deny the rumor that there may have been a Naked and Afraid hookup. But
I mean, you
I was
guys
not
have
there.
morning wood. What do they do? It like they
you're about to be eaten by a bear.
Okay, so if they're in the forest, do they get a wood in the morning?
They have to.
Yes.
What do you
Yes.
do? Tiffany for?
And then they ask
They
like,
made
I mean, I do have big dick energy. I get it, but like they have a piece of leaf or something.
No, they don't have anything.
No, they don't have any. They have a canvas bag,
Burlap
and it's
sack.
funny. It's the
my
burlap
God.
sap that is the nastiest thing.
I think it must
by
be
the
so
end.
disgusting.
So, and it's funny because it's like it's the burlap bag is actually where they hold their mics for the, and it goes into a shell necklace.
Right.
And you know, the sound guy is always trying to get out of like changing the burlap bag. So it's like, you know, I need to. Can you get the burlap bag? It's like it's the ultimate not my job.
See, Peyton, you and Anna, you got it good.
Easy.
We got good sound right here. We're clean. Stick it and get it. Quit it.
How interesting.
But there's so that you can bring one item, right? So like most people have a machete. You have to have like a machete or some sort of knife. And then
A
there's-
survival item.
Right,
Right?
but then there's like the creative ones, like
iPhone.
Bring my Uber Eats account.
I mean, iPhone all day
No, but like
long.
there's always like someone that like it's usually a machete and what like a
pot.
Yeah, pot. I thought they give you the pot.
No. It's usually each contestant gets one random item, but they don't know which item it's going to be. And then there's like one extra item that's given to them.
Oh my God, they're so dirty.
They're there for 21 days.
They had sex like that?
No, not
I don't know.
Or in general?
I mean, like
I would say it.
At this
99% of the time,
Kind
it
of
is.
pissed at each other. I don't think they're
guys,
doing
at
anything.
some point you're bored and afraid. You know, like you're gonna
This is
start
like
bored and
this
don't
is
give a fuck.
Heyman stuff.
like.
You only watch one.
I've never seen it.
Oh,
You've
you
never
have to
seen the
watch
show?
it. You have
No,
to.
I've never
Are
seen
you
it.
like a flagship on
This
this
is like the most amazing.
I know,
Liz,
sorry.
we're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a girls' night.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna have a
And
girls'
then
night.
invite me back, and we'll actually have a watch party.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
do it.
So-
I
You
would.
could actually watch the episode where I make a cameo.
Okay, so back to Tiffany's question.
Yes.
So what happens with the girly period, the period stuff?
So
Yeah.
that's bound to happen. Okay, and we, you know, it is.
I mean, 21 days. You're gonna. It's gonna be like.
With real women, you're really gonna have a period.
But you might-
feminine products are provided for female contestants.
Okay.
See, now that's not part of one of the objects that you're given. So I feel like
Well,
that's.
then I
kinda
mean, and
cheating.
then are they like tucking the string?
Oh my God!
You know,
you're
I
so
don't
gross.
put the camera there.
I mean,
kinda what they call
I'm
off-camera.
wanting to know. Like, yeah, like they gotta cut it.
Oh my God! I want to barf right now.
I will
They
say,
pulled out
for
their dirty
post-production,
fingers.
there's a-
Okay, so what other show post production? What?
oh, on Naked and Afraid, there's entire teams that just do nothing but blur. That just follow the blur.
Okay, so I googled it.
There's
So wait,
entire
I
teams
googled
that-
it, and
yeah.
all the guys' little packages were blurred. So I was like, oh, okay. Not that I was looking for them, but I was.
I was looking for that. I always look
on the
for
one
them.
episode she didn't watch.
I didn't.
Right.
I googled.
Because you're like, oh,
Just
it's
been
blur.
called out.
Bring it
All
on.
the episodes I
Sucks.
haven't
Liz is
seen.
like, I didn't build that.
No, because Google says, "Would you like to see this content?"
Oh my
I
god.
bet it does.
And then I said, yes, unblur it. You know, Google has like their
they make you like
censorship.
censor. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I uncensored it. What? Dude,
You can't uncensor
Yes, you
it.
can. I did that for Kanye at the
unblurred it,
Grammys.
Naked
I
Afraid?
Yeah, you
uncensored
gotta uncensor Google
stuff now. Yeah, you
I
do.
know, but
Images.
you can't- not for Naked and
Images,
Afraid. You're
not
not
for
going to see them naked.
No, but when you're Googling, I didn't watch the show, so I Googled it.
Oh, okay.
So it gave me all these black photos, and I'm like, why is everything blacked out? And it says, would you like to uncensor, or would you like
image,
to?
yeah.
The
This is
image.
all hell yeah.
I was like, bam. And then it was all like blurred out.
At least you got
penises.
afraid.
So I assumed everybody had a strap on. I mean, not a strap
Oh
on.
my
I mean, a stick on.
That's not really a great survival.
stick on.
Tender.
That's
A
not.
stick on.
That's yeah.
This poor
Okay, so what
guy.
other
Oh,
show
boy.
have you? Okay, okay.
You're getting initiated real quick.
What other show have you been on?
Yeah.
Or you worked on? That's kind
Well,
of like
Amazing
edgy.
Race is
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about Amazing Race.
Okay.
amazing.
Yes.
Yes. Like I always wanted to be on Amazing Race. Like I thought I could
Why?
handle it. Like the travel and just organizing
You
and
just like traveling. You're just racing
I
around.
do. No, but I really like to like think outside the box and make it like a puzzle, you know? Like who's gonna get there
She's
quicker?
an analytics. So.
I'm
Oh my gosh.
into that.
I would absolutely not be on any of the shows.
Really? I would love that.
Yeah, actually, because most people don't know on Amazing Race, like, and this is, I mean, I worked on the show 10, 15 years ago, so I'm sure budgets have been slashed since then. But you either wanted to be the team that won or you wanted to be the first team out because no one remembered you if you were the first team out and you actually spent the next 3 weeks of production at a luxury beach resort.
Oh, there it is. Right
Yeah,
there.
that's true.
And you didn't have
So-
to shave your head.
And you don't have to do things like shave your head or
Yeah.
get tattooed because the worst thing I could think is coming in second place on that show.
What if you get tattooed?
tattooed.
Yeah, they make them do stuff like
they
Fear
did one
Factor
challenge
almost.
where if you got tattooed, you could skip to the front of the
I know.
race.
Oh, wow.
I would be out.
Yeah, that's season 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I mean,
right.
in general,
In general.
I mean, you are a veteran in this industry. In the reality, I mean, I was a housewife. I'm nobody. I'm like, I did a little stint on,
somebody.
Evolution
Somebody.
Media, Bravo, whatever.
I'm nobody. I was on Real Housewives of Orange County.
I know, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't understand getting on that show that the Orange County, at the time I got on it because Too Short, the rapper, his manager, everybody got me on the show but me. I didn't know any of the ladies. So I didn't know what I was getting into. And I didn't realize reality TV, unscripted TV is so amazing. It's real. Like it's raw. These people are just assholes.
Yes.
Like their job, the other co-hosts and everybody on our co-host, whatever, their job is to make you feel like shit. and how the shock factor of how can we make Elizabeth look bad right now to give me to make me look better?
How did you not watch that show beforehand and go, yeah, that's what they do? Like, I would think that that's already.
I know.
That's
How
crazy.
do I not know Jesus?
I haven't watched the show and I know that.
Alexis. I mean, it takes me a while.
Girl's getting
Yeah.
a lot of airtime.
Like, it takes me a while. Like, I care about a lot of things, but not a lot of things. So I didn't really, I just thought, oh, I'm getting divorced. This will be fun. I literally didn't think anything. When they called me and said, are you sitting down? I'm like, no. They go, you might want to sit down. I remember the conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there on the beach. I sit down. I'm like, so like, you got the gig if you want it. And I'm thinking, oh, fuck. I was like, I literally said, oh, fuck. I've got to take this gig. So I took it, and it wasn't a gig. It was like a real life scenario that you guys, as a producer, Patrick, you guys, you can look away all you want.
Bravo's a different beast. I'm just going to say
You make the
little
talent go crazy.
different type of producer.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you got to remember, like, there's different types of shows. And here's the thing, like, reality falls under this big umbrella.
Right.
So everything is reality.
Unscripted is called reality, right?
Unscripted is how we like to refer to it because reality tends to have a negative connotation. Don't know where that comes from, but I do a lot of competition shows. So what we do is we set up the game, and the stress comes from playing the game, as opposed to
Throw everyone in a room and let them argue.
As opposed to me
As opposed
not
to
liking and that person.
It's
and
not
Right.
emotional. It's not based on emotions with him,
Emotional
really.
man.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of these, like a housewives show, is actually what we call house reality. So a lot of what I do is also what they call docu-reality, which is more documentary style. So when you see like Naked and Afraid, it's filmed more like a documentary. So most people don't, to the average television viewer, it's all reality TV. But there's actually different types of producers who are really good at doing different things. So there's producers that do just dating shows. There's producers that do just housewife shows. And then I kind of have this like adventure off the grid genre.
Mark Burnett.
Yes.
So you like his style.
Yeah. So like Survivor, like if it requires like international production or, if it's minors, ER, not OR, like the guys with the pickaxes, that's the stuff that I kind of work with.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Look here, Tracy.
Can you list the shows again? All of them?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I wanna know.
Amazing Race, Big Brother, American Idol, Naked and Afraid, Daring Seagold, Ice Cold Gold, Swamp People. I
love Swamp People.
I know. I do too.
I did my recent show is called Fight to Survive, which was on Roku. And then I'm just going to throw a few extra bits out because you'll probably enjoy. I did Kid Nation, if you remember that show from back in 07.
Okay. I
don't.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay.
And then I worked on True Hollywood Story. I also, if you know Nancy Grace, I was also her production assistant as one of my first jobs in
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I know Nancy Grace. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So
yeah. It's funny about the whole reality world. I didn't, I still don't watch any of it until I started Tea Time with the ladies, and we do a gossip column kind of show. And I'm watching, the Real Housewives, and I'm watching all of it. And it's the new soap opera of today. We had Days of Our Lives back in the day, and now, that. But I realized that like these shows, like the game shows. So the Mr. Beast started a game show. What was it called?
Beast Games.
Beast Games.
Yes.
But what was the one that he just showed? Was it Beast Games? I guess it's Beast Games.
Beast Games, which came out on Amazon.
Who's producing that? And
Oh, I don't know who produced.
Oh.
I think part of his team, but I forget the production company.
Yeah.
But also they had Squid Games.
Squid Games. That's
Squid
what I
Games was the
saying.
other one. But that's the one where now they're like, we'll make the prize $5 million. And
But they didn't even pay the $5 million, right?
I didn't watch the show. I don't watch these
I
things.
tried it. It was kind of...
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so my point is that this type of unscripted content, and where I'm going with this is that you really, on your online present, producer Patrick, is that you're trying to educate all of us on just where you think the future is going because you've had such a great history in the industry. And I started following you just by chance, and I saw the people that were following you. I was like, okay.
It's some pretty big names.
I'm pretty big names. I gotta follow this guy. And then when you were like, yeah, I'll be on your show, I'm like, okay. And so, why is it? So I'm curious now.
Yeah.
So you've done a lot of shows. You're doing, you have a great presence online, but now you're sort of telling people what's happening and you're educating people. Is that the direction you want to go? Are you trying to get away from producing all the game type stuff? Is the industry dying is what I want to know. Is reality TV dying or is it the next thing?
The industry is evolving.
Okay,
That's the best way I can say. I can't say it's dying. We're always going to have a need for storytelling. We're always going to have a need for media. In fact, actually, we're saturated with
Drama.
media. There's so much.
networks are dying, and it's becoming.
think-
So networks are dying.
And it's
Networks-
YouTube. It's going to YouTube.
It was, it was originally cable, but
YouTube TV.
then the Tyson fight, the
that was
Tyson Paul
amazing.
fight, but
But it wasn't.
that changed the game because the only reason why the traditional legacy broadcast networks, the NBC, CBS, and Foxes, why they were hanging on is because they could still do live programming.
Right.
They're like, we still got the award shows, we still got sports, but then Netflix just came in
Just
and
killed
said,
that market.
we can do fucking live at a mass scale. Super Bowl is going to be on Netflix and they have the money to do it. So that just basically put like another nail in the coffin for traditional media.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're probably going to start, and you actually already see it, like Amazon's got the NBA contract.
Yep.
And it's only going to be a matter of time before sports moves over to streaming.
So where do you see yourself? So you're okay. So
Yeah.
are you wanting to, producer Patrick? You're here.
Yeah.
And you're educating us.
Yes.
But where does Patrick want to go with his future?
Well, the reason I started everything was because, and it's actually kind of I was going through the shit just as much as everybody else. And all of a sudden,
The shift.
the shit,
Oh,
as in poopy, as in like
Man,
horrible, like before the strikes, the most I'd ever been between a gig was 2 months. Like, and those are usually hiatus. Like, I don't want to see anything. I don't even want to touch a television set. I don't even want to like review a cut. And then after my last show, 2 months went by, and then 3 months went by, and then we had the strikes. And then usually with the strikes, because I actually went through the 07, 08 writer strike, that was a boom for reality TV. We were never busier because reality TV is non-union. But what happened was nothing happened during the strikes. And that was kind of like set off.
Well, no, Bethany Frankel tried to unionize.
She tried to unionize
the reality world.
talent. But, you know, there's still a lot of, you know, the talent that works behind the camera that also kind of goes through the grinder as well. There was just nothing. There was just no work to be had. And because LA is that, like, I'm not going to show you what's really going on. You know, when people started talking, they're like, you know, what's going on with you? Like, I got it. You know, it's the typical LA Hollywood answer. I got a few stokes in the fire. I'm working on some projects, but it's all bullshit, you know, and LA is our industry is a way where you put up a facade even when you're hurting. Right.
Yeah.
And we all do that. And no one is ever real, because the minute we've been kind of taught from when we're early in our careers that, you know, if you're out, you're out. So you don't want to show any type of sign of weakness. And then a year went by, and I'm just like now talking to my colleagues who are other executive producers. I'm talking to people that were, you know, above me, or my mentors or my bosses and showrunners on bigger shows that I went in. And then I'm hearing stories like, oh yeah, we have to sell our house, or I'm selling my grandmother's inherited jewelry. I'm going into my kid's college fund. I'm doing Uber runs right now. One of my friends said that he actually won an Emmy while making a DoorDash delivery. That he actually pulled over, his agent called him, said, hey, you just won an Emmy. He's like, that's great. And then I delivered Chipotle to a bunch of college kids in Burbank. And it was the most heartbreaking thing that ever happened to me. So these stories are happening. And then finally, I just got to a point where I was convinced my career was coming to an end, whatever it was, and I needed to transition. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to say it. I'm just going to come out and say what's going on.
You really talk openly about what's going on. And you're so good at it.
Thank you.
Because that means the passion is behind it. That means it's real.
We love what we do.
Right.
Especially, you know,
Are you saying like the pay is what? It's just not enough?
No, it's just there's no work. There's no projects anymore. We used to roll, you know, we're freelancers. I mean, even in the film industry, you go from one film to the next film. Yeah. All of a sudden, the film and TV shows just stopped. They weren't making any anymore.
Okay.
And so there's thousands of these workers that find themselves immediately unemployed. And so when I started talking about it, I was just kind of like, drop the mic, I'm out. Okay, you know, I'll find whatever my next passion is going to be, which is heartbreaking because deep down inside, you're always a storyteller. And the exact opposite happened. All of a sudden, people were just like, this guy finally said what we've all been thinking.
Yeah, no, you are. I was like, I just, somehow you got into my feed and I was like, oh, I had to listen. Because I was like, this is exactly what my other friends are saying. Like, you're saying it very enunciated, very clearly.
Thank you.
You're very good at it. And he's educating people on what's happening now and why. And let's talk about AI.
Yeah.
So I know you don't know a lot about AI, but you know a little bit. So what's going on with,
So Musk just offered, did you hear about that?
Mm-mm.
Musk just offered $98 billion.
Oh, to buy ChatGPT, right? OpenAI. I saw that.
Today.
Elon did?
Just a few hours ago.
No way. Oh,
yeah.
We missed that.
Oh, Elon.
I got to call you back, Elon.
Hi, Elon. Shut up. That's my
I'm
dream
busy.
guy. But so what do you think? You know, I think that AI could help, the producer could help everybody to streamline their work easier.
Yes.
And then, for instance, I love this. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing the best I can. Right. I don't know what I'm fucking doing, but I love the creatives. I love Luke. Luke has been with me 50 plus shows.
Is he wearing pants this time?
Yeah, Luke, are you wearing pants over there? I got Peyton and I've got Anna and I've got a good team. But I'm like, you know, when you can streamline something, like we have like shorts that we put out and with AI and things like that, I'm like, oh, this is a great thing. But is it really good for the entertainment industry? Because it seems like it's going to really eliminate a lot
Eliminate
of
a lot
jobs.
of jobs.
So last night I was watching the Super Bowl and it was the beginning of the kickoff where they were doing like the national anthem. And this little guy went out on the field. Did you see that? He
Yeah,
was-
yeah.
It was AI.
I thought it was real. I literally thought it was real. I was like, that was pretty good.
That's CGI.
But I was like, wait, what's on the field? What's going on? And then I realized it was AI. But for a minute there, it was so clear.
Yeah.
You know, like
So how is that going to work? Like, you don't even need to be an actor anymore.
Yeah.
Like, they have like real AI platforms. Like they create actors.
Right.
Like, we don't even need
that's crazy.
actors.
Well, you know what's interesting, and there's been so much debate about this, but you have to remember like that it's tech trying to encroach on an artistic industry. And there's bound to be like pushback from that. There's bound to be like recourse from that. Because what is art really but a mirror of reality, right? And so now you have sort of this like makeshift version of reality that I don't think the generative AI is going to really catch on. And I say this as like, would you go and pay for an AI movie? Like if you were like, this movie was generated by ChatGPT.
what was that one that was with
If
the
you
blue
knew about
eyes?
it or you didn't know about it, you didn't know.
If you knew it was AI, would you like, it's like if you were to see two movies of the same story and there was one with real actors and there's one that was generated by AI, which one would you pay?
I
money
don't
for?
care.
What was the movie that
As long
was
as
the guy
I'm
was all in
entertained.
blue? The paint.
Oh, Avatar.
Avatar. I liked that movie, but I get what you're saying.
But
I'd
that's
rather
CGI,
watch.
and I
That's-
think
yeah,
that's
CGI is different.
not
than
to
AI.
that's
It's not AI?
animation. you know?
CGI is when you have you're putting that character
Right.
into something like
Okay.
into reality, like the football
But it
thing.
runs so close to AI.
Wait,
AI is just
CGI is different. Okay, explain.
CGI is a computer generated image. CGI.
Right.
Okay.
So it's
Well,
not.
so is
That's like Star Wars, like the spaceships blowing up.
You're telling it what to do.
Okay.
Right.
With
AI, you can make an image that looks exactly like us, and you can't tell the difference between
Okay.
Oh,
reality
Not terrifying.
and generative.
we're all like, okay.
But there's a lot of philosophical questions that are coming up with this. One of the things is like, how are you? Are people going to prefer AI personas? And we saw that happen on Meta, where all of a sudden there were these fake AI people that came out, and there was actually a backlash.
Yeah.
People were like, I'd rather be off social media than have to deal with fake people.
Well, no, remember I asked you.
Yes.
Wait, are you?
Right, you thought I wasn't real.
So he posted something about AI. This is how we connected. You want to hear how we connected?
Yeah.
Here's how we connected.
It's like,
He's
look
like,
at
"Can
your
you FaceTime
fake
me?"
Look at your fake rubber
I'm
face.
watching his.
Yeah.
I'm not responding to him. I'm like, why would he ever respond to me? Like, he doesn't know me. And then he did something about AI, and I wrote, "Oh my God, are you AI? Like, am I literally looking at an AI person?" And he goes, "No, I'm a real person." I went,
Prove it.
"Oh, thank God!" And he goes, we started talking about oh, he is a real person, but
Right, like I'll have to fly down to fucking Orange County
Yes!
and show you
he's
know,
really a real.
I'm here.
But then I realized, that's when I realized, because I had no problems watching AI until I realized, well, I kind of want to watch a real person.
Yeah.
But, I don't know if this whole fake thing is.
So here's a good example.
I don't
Here's
know.
a philosophical question. If you look at a person and they have a glass eye and a real eye, which eye are you looking at?
The real eye.
Right?
Yeah. Ooh.
Well,
Ooh, that's
Right,
that's
right.
deep.
that's assuming you know which
That's
one's real, right?
Yeah, I guess
I mean,
so.
like,
That's
You can
assuming.
tell which one's like.
But you can't tell. But a lot of times you're not gonna be able to tell if it's AI. That's the other thing. It's like you're not gonna be like, look at okay, that's AI. You're like, it might take you a while, like 30 minutes in, and go, this is AI. Like, there's no way that these are real people.
Right. But there's a lot of discussion like, what is the future going to be where it's like, am I going to want a movie that's made by me or that stars me in it? Like, and I could put like, I want to see Elizabeth Vargas as Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. And then I could type it in and then I could watch it.
Okay, so what about
As long as you're in that one, that should be your, running from the ball.
what about the metaverse? How do you think of that?
Oh gosh, I think that's so
Like,
silly.
I mean, I could not fathom how you're buying real dollared, like spending real money for fake houses.
So,
What
The
is it?
Metaverse.
yeah. Oh, they're buying up property.
Yeah.
But
And
so,
boats.
so I live in San Jose.
Wait. What is this?
So Meta came up with
This is Zuckerberg, right?
yeah,
Zuckerberg.
but it's the Metaverse. So it's like
Yeah, you put on the goggles.
You put on the goggles.
You live in his,
and you're
his
living in
little
a
universe.
reality, a false
Well, it's like
reality.
NFTs. It's like
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are buying.
But you're
these-
buying houses on the water next to Snoop Dogg.
Oh, it's like Bitcoin. It's all fake. Bullshit.
No, this is like, but Bitcoin.
Bitcoin's real. Let's just get that shit.
I'm even more turned off by it because I live in Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
So, just watch like people get out of their cyber trucks and they're like, and they're spaced out and their goggles
Yeah.
on. I'm like, that's fucking ridiculous.
I just bought a $300 million yacht.
I saw someone driving a Tesla that was driving itself in goggles.
No.
I'm
But-
not even kidding you. I was like, whoa.
listen.
Like, I have it on video.
No, the thing is, like, because he could do business, where you could do things while you're actually staring at the road.
But,
That's what that was about.
oh.
Yeah, because no,
I saw it for myself. It wasn't something I saw on the internet. I was
but if
driving
you're-
down and someone's in a Tesla wearing those
I
things.
know, but what I'm saying is that the goggles are just, you see like text
I
messages.
thought that was
and-
just an Instagram post. I didn't.
No, I
no,
saw it
it's
myself.
real, it's real.
Yeah. People
but
do this.
those, that kind of died, right?
What,
the Google or
goggles?
whatever they were?
Yeah, just because I don't think people want to do
walk
that.
around in
Like, there's
goggles.
a point where you're just kind of like, that's a bridge too far. To
But
just
with
like,
porn, I bet you it's huge.
I'm glad Liz brought that up. instead of me.
now that's a different.
could you
that's a
this
imagine?
could take up 30 minutes.
I mean, these men are never going to leave their glasses. They're like,
I went to a conference in Vegas. It was called Champs, and they actually had the dolls. But then dolls with the glasses is
You
a
went
whole
to
nother.
a conference in Vegas. Let's back up.
So it was,
Okay, it was
for,
in-
Conference
for-
in
yeah, it was
Vegas.
for
and they
work.
had-
The porn awards.
here we go.
No, it was in the cannabis space and stuff. So they had actually a sex section, and they had these dolls. But then they had people wearing those goggles with a doll interacting on them. And I mean, like, how are people going to know the difference between? Like, think
Wait,
about it.
a doll?
With the glasses, so they have the glasses on.
You actually feeling, you're seeing the doll, you're feeling something real.
Does
Yeah.
the doll feel real?
Oh, these dolls!
Yeah,
if I could show you a video.
They're pretty gnarly.
Yeah, I took
No,
videos
yeah, but
and
they're
they're
like 10 grand.
insane. Yeah. Oh, 10. Some of them are like 100. Some of
Yeah,
these
they're
like
expensive.
lifelike.
Wait. Okay, let's back up.
Okay.
These goggles have a real doll that come with them.
Well, so no.
At your
like,
event that
it's
you
not-
went to
I
in
love how
Vegas.
both girls that probably have a full collection of vibrators at home are giving shit about a
Actually,
one toy that was designed for a guy.
I just use one.
Oh,
standard
whoa.
Amazon.
Just, okay.
I mean, I'm a child of the 80s where it was just like a JCPenney
allergic to
lingerie.
latex.
I ate a magazine.
He's squinting on channel 99.
Yeah, I
It's
saw
like,
it for 3 seconds.
You guys are opening Vogue. You're like, oh.
Yeah, those were the old days where you had to work for it.
The best, the best was the Spice Channel.
That's what I'm saying. Spice. You
Yeah,
have to squint.
that's right.
Spice was
99.
the only channel, and like if your parents would leave, like yes, like you got all this scrambled stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then one part won't be scrambled, and you're like,
Yeah.
yes.
And you get it for like 10 seconds. Your dad's like, what's going on down there? Just
Nothing.
Who framed Roger Rabbit? That crazy part,
Oh, boy.
But was there sound on the scrambled? I
Oh
think you
yeah,
got
the
sound.
audio was clear as a
Audio was
bell.
clear, that's right.
Audio was clear as a bell, and it was just like, you would see like an arm doing this, just going up, and it would be a different.
The sad thing is they're not
different
lying.
colors.
It could be a leg, but you didn't care.
No,
at that
because we
point.
stared at that thing for hours.
Hours.
For hours.
I mean, the
Channel
kids now are
99.
so spoiled. Like, midget clown squirting porn. Boom, it's on their screen.
What is it? Two girls in a triple cup.
Oh God.
Oh, boy.
one cup.
Just one
It's just
cup.
one
It's
cup.
2 girls and just one. Not a triple. That could
Why
be
did?
next
Why
to you.
couldn't they? Why didn't?
The spoon. Two girls in a spoon.
Barf.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Whatever it
it's
was.
just.
I never watched it, but I mean, I heard it was a funny thing.
But like back in the day, if you were like a kid, I've had a porn mag, like you were king.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You could trade that for
And you would
anything.
show your buddies, and you're like, why are these pages sticking together? Like.
The back of the bus was where to be when you went to school. Like you're just like, whoa.
So what do you think? Like, let's
Okay.
back up.
Sure, back up.
Stop.
We digress.
We digress to porn.
Talk about AI.
Always digresses
I
to
mean,
porn.
we're talking
Nice
about,
meeting you too.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Patrick, producer Patrick.
Liz, just for the record, Liz brought that up.
I know. Well, I mean, I'm always wondering, like, with AI, like, okay, so let's talk about, these men with these glasses and the goggles and everybody, and like, it's so easy to create fake personas on camera
Yeah.
as well, actors and
Social media.
Social
So you want to
media.
hear something funny? So my Instagram, real quick.
Where's-
I saw this. A lot of my guy friends, you probably are too, have been following this girl, this
Yeah.
Insta model,
She's fake.
and she's fake. And I'm like, and they're liking her photos and videos. And I'm like, are my friends just dumb? Or did they not realize that this is a fake
They didn't
girl?
realize it was a fake chick.
That's so crazy that my
Run
smart
by some
friends,
dude. Like that.
yeah, no, right, and it's exactly. I'm like, it is some guy getting off on the fact that guys are liking this thing. Like, it's just crazy. Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Well, it's kind of like, I mean, just on the side note, it's like,
That's crazy.
it is.
it's kind of like answering, if you're on like OnlyFans and you have 1,000 followers, there's no way that they're answering their own DMs.
It's
So you
all
have
bot.
a farm.
Bot
Yeah,
generated.
but it's like, so you have either bots answering the DMs
Oh,
or you
and
have a
more
farm
champagne.
Yeah.
that's answering the emails. And they're like little
Right.
kids probably answering DMs.
I know.
Like, there's no way you're answering it. I want to see
Someone in
I wanna see your
India.
feet and some
Thank you,
socks. Yeah,
darling.
like
Yeah.
I love
Chinese
you.
kid, yeah.
How's your
I
one?
need some more champagne on this note.
Well, here's a question for you. You know, with like these $10,000 robots, like, is that just where we're going to advance?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like-
Here's the deal.
Like, is it going to be
Robots.
like, this is my Gucci robot? You know,
I would love
Yeah,
one of those.
like-
I would love
because I could see,
robot.
I could see women getting very competitive. Oh, so
I
it's
would
like,
get a
it's
Gucci
my
robot.
it's like my Louis Dick robot. You know, it's
Let me get a
the
suit glitter.
strap on the thing.
It's
Like, it
got
has
different,
so
it's got
big-
removable devices.
yeah. Meanwhile, like guys, they'll just have like the droids from Star Wars. You
Yeah,
know,
this chick, this chick.
Like a Cybon.
Oh, my God, look at it.
Yeah, you couldn't tell that's totally fake.
Mila.
Oh, that's
Well, I could.
definitely.
It looked like a filter, though. It looks like a filter.
Yeah.
So it may be a real girl that's heavily edited, but I doubt it.
No.
No.
Content
Hey,
creator.
hey, I bet you our friends are following this one.
It's probably some dude.
Yeah.
Nah,
Does
she's
she have
not
an
that
only-
great.
does she
She
have an
only has
OnlyFans?
209,000 followers.
I remember I got in an argument with my ex, and I'm like, so if you're just going to add girls, make sure they're real. And he's like, oh, but don't, like, I was like, but seriously, don't.
But I mean, where is this going to go? Like,
Well, it's interesting you say that because we actually in the industry, you know, there's a lot of debate of, well, this is what the new generation wants, and this is what the new, you know, this is where kids are gravitating towards. And I was just like, you know, I actually went over to Chapman, and I was like, I want to sit down with Gen Z and just flat out ask them, like, you know, where do you guys stand? You've been, you know, 2000s babies. You grew up with screens in front of you, like. And actually, the answers were so profound because they actually crave authenticity and originality and authentic things. And they say, because they're like, well, when I'm on Instagram, all I'm seeing is these facades,
Bullshit.
the best version of
the best
people.
version of our
So
version of-
so as one kid explained it to me, he goes, imagine like that's like eating McDonald's every day. And eventually you just eat McDonald's every day. All of a sudden, your body is just going to naturally start craving for something that feels real, organic, nutritious. And I
You're going to
honestly
go back to us women, real women? Oh, sorry.
I mean, look, I mean, I'll talk about just in my own relationship, like the idea of having an AI or, you know, a sex robot or something is because you can still be yourself, and this thing or whatever is never going to change your opinion. It's never going to challenge you. It's just going to be, you're able to dominate the device. But, you know, what's interesting, the whole human connection is to have somebody that challenges you, because that's how we grow, right? As people.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm interested to see where it might be new and exciting now, but where is it going to be 5 years from now, from 10 years from now, when we're all just so worn out by social media? And I mean, we see that we're craving human connection now.
Yeah.
I see it in the airport. I was in the airport this morning and everybody is, you know, zombified on their phone.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like looking around and I thought it was weird, and perhaps because I just smoked a joint before I got to the airport, but I was just like, this is bizarre. We live in this like world where we're just sitting next to people and we're not even talking to them,
Yeah.
you know?
It's interesting because I don't go out a lot, but when I go out, you know, I don't, well, I guess because of the whole industry, I don't crave meeting people because people to me disappoint me because they're, a lot of people, because their expectations are so high or so different of what a friendship should be that I just don't, there's so much fake and falsehood out there, and I'm not. I'm like as real as you get.
No,
And it's like to meet another real person, like Tiffany's fucking real as you get. Keith, real as you
Not
get.
AI.
And Keith too. Like I have a good, you know, and Luke and Anna and Peyton, we're all like real people.
Down to earth,
We
right.
but we talk and we have to communicate. We have to
No
work
filter.
together. there's no bullshit with the group. You've got to like work together. And so I don't go out a lot because I'm like, I don't want to meet somebody who's going to enter my universe and try and poison what? Like a virus.
That's such a bad way to look at going out, though.
Any new person.
It's true. I'm not down.
It's true.
What you're saying is not accurate, but it's like I don't want to go out because I don't want someone to poison my own environment.
Ecosystem.
You know?
Yeah,
It's like going on a
I
porn
get it.
site, and who knows what virus is going to enter your computer.
No,
You know,
It's like
older
sleeping
you-
with a random.
like,
Like,
well,
I went on a date and I got a cease and desist.
seriously?
My
It was an
second
accident.
date ever. Since I've
she
been
might be going off experience. She hasn't had the best experience. So yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Let's talk about the cease and desist for a second.
Yeah.
What did you get a cease and desist?
that was fucking funny. This fucker got caught cheating on a girlfriend, and apparently I was another girlfriend. We all found each other at a table, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to hit this later. And the girl next to me is like, dude, that's my boyfriend.
Oh no.
He finds out that we all know each other. He's on his way to the bar. I'm out.
Calls his lawyer.
Yeah.
Three
No. He didn't even
please.
do that. He's not even that smart.
That's the most Orange County thing I think I've
He
ever heard.
called Chat GPT. And he got a
Put something
cease and
together.
desist.
Yeah.
I sent it to my lawyer. I'm like, this motherfucker. And apparently he had like naked pictures of some girl and he's blackmailing her and all this shit's happening. I'm like, this is my second date. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And so, my take on it is like, there's so much free pussy online. And there's so much pussy everywhere. There's so much AI. There's women are so perfect. Like, where do we fit in? Like, we're like real women that literally just
What?
have jobs that are just trying to like
Wait, see,
be in love.
someone
like,
said-
where the fuck do we fit in?
I saw this thing that said you could take an ordinary woman and put her on social media and she becomes extraordinary. You take an extraordinary guy and put him on social media and becomes ordinary. Make sense? Because an ordinary girl looks extraordinary on social media.
yeah.
They can make their life extraordinary.
Yeah.
But you take an ordinary guy or an extraordinary guy who's looking and going, fuck, this girl's like, look what she's doing. She's on a trip every other day. Like,
You're with her
like-
sugar daddy over here who's fat, an old dude, but she's only Instagramming herself and her meal.
I know.
You know for a
Show us
fact.
who else is on that jet. because-
Like,
not only
she's
you.
on like a rented jet. She's like, I got
but-
my seat.
Do you know that in LA they have jet, like a set?
Oh, and a set where you can go on.
Are you serious?
I swear to God, dude.
Oh my
I
gosh,
saw
that
this
is
thing. I'm like,
great.
We actually, we
Flight
actually
attendants that are-
tried to create a reality show.
I thought that'd be
and
good.
Where you take people like influencers that are like maxing out their credit cards to
Right.
try to like keep this persona.
Oh, he just pulled it up. Look at this fake.
Studio. That is so wild.
Luke's
you
pulling it
guys.
up.
Oh yeah,
Thirsty as ever.
Rental photo
much is it
studio.
about?
only $30 an hour.
no, but see, we talked about this a while back. Like I went out with this Instagram chick who had a huge following, and she was
Bought and
so
paid for or
boring.
real following?
No, real following, but she was so not in reality.
Yes.
She was not grounded in reality whatsoever. She went out and panicked, like in a restaurant, panicked because people were watching her. She thought people were watching her. And like, they recognized me. I'm like, they don't know who the fuck you are, dude. I can guarantee you that. Like, but it was so weird to watch them try to be in reality. Oh, you take someone that has 1.5 million followers that is not used to reality.
So
put them in
so
civilization.
funny you say that because we actually experienced this in reality TV where, it's like you want these influencers on your show. And then you put them on the show and they freak out and they just completely become like statues because they're people that are so used to like being in their own bedroom and just talking to a lens that actually when you put them in a social situation, they
My
don't
bedroom,
know.
Patrick.
They don't. What's
Oh,
it?
my
my
bedroom.
bedroom, Patrick.
Why couldn't it be a living room? Where are you going?
Patrick,
Wait, is this
so what influencers are you talking to?
You put them in there.
Only
with their
friends.
legs or-
With her legs in the
I was
air.
doing this casting couch.
Only friends.
Only cans. Only cans.
Only
Okay, so here's the jet that's rented.
Yes.
Luke pulled it up.
Guys, that is ridiculous.
That
I mean,
is
that's a sick ass jet. That's a actual. That's
G-
a,
It's like our
G6?
friend that goes on.
it's a G.
G6. Yeah.
We have a
because it has the.
Look at they got the shitty lazy boy recliners in there.
Gosh.
But then
Yeah, that's a real couch. Like from like IKEA.
810 square feet. First
look,
in
it's got a
Los Angeles.
reclining button on it. It can't go back any further. It can't go any back.
It's like our friend that jumps on our friend's jets, takes a video, and then jumps off.
But I mean, okay, so I think, and this is my own opinion.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not right. I think I'm sick of AI. I'm sick of all the fakeness.
Yeah.
I want real films,
3,000
with real
likes.
emotions. I want love stories that are real again.
Same, girl.
I want
Lights
soap operas back. I
What he
want
says.
real people that are actors that are hating each other. I don't want, I mean, the reality show, the housewife world, the only reason why I really like it is because it's real.
Yeah.
Like, it's real. Like, you don't get that anymore. Like, I want real people. I want real emotion.
I tell that to so many, you know, especially when people find out that I work in unscripted, they start asking me questions like, well, it's all scripted, isn't it? I'm like, no, because if you
it's
look at a housewife and you see a housewife cry, and they cry a lot.
Yes.
Like, they don't cry because they're Oscar-winning actors or actresses.
Yeah.
They cry because they're experiencing something that's real and emotional to them.
Yeah.
And that's the best way I could explain reality TV. Producers can set up the situation, but we can't inject the emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, it's interesting, like, reality TV is real emotion. And that's why Bravo's doing so well.
Yeah.
Like, Andy Cohen's, they're all brilliant. I mean, you know, I don't know his involvement anymore with Bravo, but I know that he's still the face of.
He gets a check.
Yeah, he gets a check. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, like, as far as like Tiffany and I are concerned, like when we go online, if we're going to go on a date with somebody, we want it to be real.
Are you on Hinge?
I mean, yeah, and it's like funny.
Are you?
Yeah, you're
No,
dating, right?
I was going to add this, so thanks for
You need to
bringing
watch
it up.
her.
So I went on Hinge. Oh my God,
Add
we're
to
not
the
even
dryer.
going there. That's
Yeah,
all.
I can't go on
That's
those. I
No, you guys,
I almost
You're not on
did.
any-
No, so let me
dating app?
Nothing.
Let me tell you,
None,
I'm going
zero.
off of it, and I'm going to tell you why. So I was on Hinge, and then I see this guy, and he's cute, and he's checking all the boxes, and I swipe, and then like within 20 minutes, it goes. So I get a text from Hinge or an email, and it says so and so has been deleted because they're fake. So they caught it. The company caught it before I did. Then my phone's blowing up with these weird text messages from like things, and it's like, "Hello, are we meeting today?" Like question mark. Like they're trying to like
serial murder.
no,
Oh, I get those all the time.
No, it's not. No, it's not that. It's people trying to fish for an answer so that then they take your answer and now they're going to scam you out of all your money. But it's all connected through this fake Hinge thing that I swiped on. So I'm like, these dating apps are bad because you're going to end up getting scammed out of your money in the long scheme of things, I think.
Well, the
Because
long and the short of it is, don't pick the guy that checks all the boxes because it's going to.
because it's too good to be true. It usually is.
So let's get into the dating app thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, profile pictures. You have to just trust that that person's uploading everything real.
Well, you
Yeah.
know it's not.
Bullshit.
That's. I mean, like.
Or they take their best
their
picture
best
and
side.
it's like all filtered.
Yeah.
That's why the first thing you want to do is be like, FaceTime me.
Yeah.
You know, like let's just
The high angles are a dead giveaway.
Dude, I have a friend.
Oh, they are?
Oh, yeah,
I got a friend that goes on Hinge dates
tried
every
this.
Friday night. Like, the
Girl or guy?
No, it's a guy. He goes on Hinge dates. I'm like, and some of the girls are cute. Like, we'll go out. He'll meet us out, and like, but I usually go and I kind of enjoy the environment because it's so awkward. Like, it's so not the way he's like, this girl looks nothing like her pictures.
It's almost good for the story.
I know, I
You're
know.
like, I want entertainment tonight.
I'm all in the background going,
All those dating apps are all hookup things.
Not
no,
necessarily.
I don't think so.
Yes, they are.
They're not.
Why else? Like, I was like
I've actually
really
met some friends
desperate to
that
go.
are still friends to this day because of those stupid apps. Because I just kept it friendship, you know, like solid friends. I'm being honest. Yeah.
So
This is
I
like
was
change.
desperate to find a date. And I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I can't find, no guys hit on me. I look obviously too intimidating or something. And I
You're on the
was like,
wrong
no,
app.
I'm not.
I know, you're
You need to go on Raya or something.
I'm being
It's
serious.
A little bit more.
I ended up like, I shot myself in the foot by being a housewife. So now I'm already in that category of, you're a loser. And so it's like,
Well, you don't sell yourself short.
no. So here's what happened. So I was like, all the guys I was attracting, I got a cease and desist. I got Bellino. I got
Almost
people
had a heart
that
attack.
are like, I'm like, oh my God, I just want a normal guy to hit on me. Like just anybody. But now I realize that because I'm in reality TV, she's like this. Tiffany told me, join these apps. And I'm like, oh, I'm just going to join an app and be like pick a dick. Like, no. And so
I mean, that's kind of a good concept. That's if a guy could just
PAD.
So, but my point is like none of that's real. Like those people are all fucked up. That are
I
on those
disagree,
apps.
but I maybe have been like one of the few that have had an okay experience on those
Really?
apps. But I'm not also like going on dates all the time. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So
I've just heard horror stories, and my girlfriend's like, "Oh no, Elizabeth, go on these apps," and I'm like, "You had a horror story. You just told me a horror story, but you're like, go
I'm
on
not
the
going to share
app."
that one.
What about like those old professional services? Like remember when they still had airline magazines?
Escort services?
No,
Oh.
no,
976 numbers.
I literally thought about hiring an escort
You guys
and hoping
need
he had a
to. You
good
guys need to up your game. But like, remember our airline magazines where you used to, like before COVID when they actually put a magazine in front and they used to have like these professional dating services. Like, are you rich as fuck? Would you like to like date
that's
somebody
an
rich as
escort
fuck?
service.
They were escort services.
They were escort
I thought it was
services.
like,
Wait,
where
wasn't
would
there a
I get a nice
documentary
steak
on
in
one?
Phoenix? I thought it was like, here's where I could get a nice steak in Phoenix, and professional.
Just this
The
hot
whole
chick just
time?
runs up
You
rolling
know what a
up to the
professional
table.
is? Like a professional, yeah. It's
No,
a pro.
I thought it was like, this is like meet somebody else with
okay.
an MBA.
Okay, so anyway, let's back up.
man,
Let's
I
back
am-
up.
She's putting her way through school to get an MBA.
I am.
We
I'm
digress
so
again.
naive
They
to
call
the
it
world.
prostration.
I've worked in reality television for 20 years.
Seeking arrangements over here.
I was this many years old to realize that.
No, but I mean, ultimately, I think that AI. Let's back to AI. Is really going to be a challenge as far as what's real and what's not on the internet.
Right.
So I'm sick of it already. Like I questioned if you were real. You're here. No, I did. Did I
here,
not?
right.
I did. I was like, wait, are you not real? Because you're giving me advice.
As long as you don't check if I'm a sex robot, that's going to be fine.
That's later.
Yeah.
Like, mic's off.
But I ultimately think, and I know you're like a leader in this, what's going to
Yeah.
happen next in the industry. We're going to revert back to real producers, real movies, real scripts, because we're going to crave human contact. We're going to crave human nature. There's no way
I think
we're going
it's going to be the opposite.
Really?
I think you're going to have reality shows of influencers in the real world.
Really?
Trying to put themselves into a real world.
Well, I
situation.
could see that, but I don't. You think you're gonna watch some AI show? I don't even like watching cartoons.
I
I'm
know,
not
I
gonna
hated
do
cartoons.
that. Yeah.
But you know what?
Oh,
Was,
I love cartoons.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Wile E. Coyote. Man.
you would like that one.
But you know what? It's like even watching reality TV, I don't have to tell you this. Like the greatest moments of reality television. And I've had a front row live seat to most of them, to like some really big, like remember the watermelon that went in the girl's face on Amazing Race?
Okay.
I was there for
Can I
that.
come on set with you?
Sure.
I would love
absolutely.
that.
I haven't worked on the show in like, I haven't worked on the show in
On
like
a
10 years.
Naked and Afraid.
But the things that
Let me see that
happen
dirty
on these
wiener.
shows, you couldn't write in a million years. And one thing I like to say also about like AI is, right now they're still trying to put these movies through algorithms and trying to predict what audiences want. But these movies are still shit in the bed, like Joker 2 or like
Yeah,
Mad Max
I-
Horrible.
Furiosa.
I just-
Like no matter what, like,
See, I was looking
even
forward to
going
that.
through an algorithm is not going to tell you what an audience wants. And a perfect example is like I say, okay, lay out every reality show from 2000 to 2025, right? Let AI pick out which are the best shows that are going to like be absolute hits. And I guarantee you AI couldn't pick out, it's going to be this show about these rednecks making duck calls in Louisiana or this show about Guidos on the Jersey Shore. No one could ever have predicted what were going to be the standout shows. And there have been thousands of reality shows.
Really?
made.
Okay.
So the audience is still fickle. The audience still is they're smarter than you think they are. And they want great storytelling. And that is really the secret. So,
But Jersey Shore, I mean, if Jersey Shore came out today, would it be as popular?
I don't think it would have the same as it did
Because it was one of
during
the
our
first,
time.
like,
but it was a show with a time,
Right.
and it really is, and this is kind of what I was saying, that art reflects life. Like Jersey Shore was that, like, that was my era of,
Right.
being out of college and, back when I put more product in my hair and stuck it up and I was in New
Jim Tan
York
laundry.
and Bar A on the Jersey Shore. I've been there quite a few times myself, but that era is past and there's still like stories to be told about just reality in general, about what we're all going through that are still interesting.
Yeah.
But, movie companies are just like, they're risk averse. They want to put out what they know is a sure bet, which happens to be another superhero movie. They're remaking Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Wait, so what do you think
Yeah.
about
I know, exactly.
Oh my God.
Exactly. The only people that get excited about that are the people that greenlit the movie, right?
Yeah.
We all make that collective groan because we all know better, right?
So go ahead. What were you saying?
Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, are we still gonna have movie theaters?
You know what? And that was another thing about talking to the Gen Zers. They're like, yeah, I would love to go to a movie theater, but it's $25 a ticket. Yeah. Like for two of us to go, like a date at the movies is $75. Yeah. Back in '99, when I was a senior in high school, it was $3.50 to see the movie. I might be out $9 by the end of the night.
Yeah.
Popcorn, $25 popcorn.
Yeah, exactly. It's movie theaters originally were for the masses to be entertained.
So do you think that they should just lower the prices of movies at movie theaters?
100%. Or a tier system. Like if you want to see the big blockbuster, make that the $20 movie. But if you want to go see an independent film, that doesn't have a bigger budget, maybe it's a $5 to go see that movie.
Or like the Oppenheimer, when they released that movie, they said it's only going to be in theaters for like the first 2 months.
Right.
It's not going to be in home. Like they might still need to hold movies.
Yeah, that's how they did. That's how they did.
Yeah,
that's how they did it.
Yeah, because otherwise, I would.
Then your friends saw it, and you had to wait 6 months.
Yeah.
See, and that's actually the problem that the streamers deal with is because they're like, well, I still have to keep subscribers. So how do I do it? Well, I could yank the movie from the theater and put it on my subscription-based system, and that's how I could keep audiences come into my system.
Like how Apple TV does that.
But they're robbing Peter to pay Paul to do this.
Sure. Well, I mean, there's going to be a lot of changes, I think, with streaming and, like, for instance, this show here with YouTube TV syndication. You're not even going to need to sign with anybody.
No.
You're going to need to, like, as long as I'm not dinged, I'm going to be able to be syndicated.
Yeah.
Through YouTube. Like
Amazing.
TV,
100%.
which is like as long as
full
I'm
edit
not
control.
and I own it. As long as I'm not, what do you call it? A dinged. I don't have any of the negativity.
Sometimes that could be. There's no such thing as bad press.
Well, obviously, I'm the queen of bad press.
But it's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No. And I think that, I just think that it's all going to change, but I love my team and I love the reality of my life. I happen to be in the reality world by weird coinkydink. And I have a newfound respect for it because of all the AI. So I enjoyed that I was real on there. Like I'm a real person. I had real emotion. These women are real, and I have a newfound respect because of AI for reality TV. And you're like engulfed in reality TV. I am so blessed to have you on today. And I know that so what do you do now? So you're giving.
So I'm actually partnered up because I'm building a platform with a bunch of other filmmakers, and we're building a platform for filmmakers, by filmmakers. And what it does is, I'm sure you heard of the movie Sing Sing. And what made that movie so popular was they gave the equity of the movie to the entire crew. So the gaffer, the lighting guy, the sound guy, all the crew got a stake in the back end, which never happens in the film industry. So we're building this platform called Share, where you could bring your project. It could be an animation, it could be a documentary, it could be a film, it could be a television show. And what it does is it distributes your equity to your entire crew.
We produced a film called Sing Sing. It premiered at TIFF. We made sure it was equitable for everyone.
That's right.
Every single person had a point.
That's it.
And that motivates them to make a better movie.
And that motivates them to make a better movie. And it also keeps the power structure within the creative community. Because a lot of times, we've been seeing like media contract and you're getting these streamers and there's only like 5 left, right? There's Netflix and Amazon and they own everything. They own their content.
Yeah.
So what is going to make, and they're the ones deciding what gets made and what doesn't get made. But storytellers, the real storytellers, the ones that know how to tell a story, the ones that know how to make a great product or a great show, they're getting kind of sidelined and we've been kind of forced to make what they're telling us we need to make. But I'm like, what if you get the greatest storytellers and just gave them carte blanche, blank slate? You can make whatever your passion project is, and your crew gets everything. Basically, we could see, and we've seen creators go out on YouTube and Instagram, create their own stuff. But what if you had the best of the best out there creating their own material? And then we're going to see that cream rise to the
and
top.
it's more quality stuff that we're going to
100%.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
So
That's
cool. It's a good
that's pretty
concept.
phenomenal. What's it called again?
it's called Share, but theshareplatform.com.
So it's theshareplatform.com.
Yes.
So creators can go on there right now, sign up.
Right now we're in beta, but we officially launch on February 24th.
But this is kind of exciting, isn't it?
Yeah,
For
I'm
everybody.
telling you. See, I'm saving the best for last.
I was like, holy shit. Schmoly. Sorry.
Holy.
Holy schmoly.
It is a schmoly.
I was going to say holy.
Molly.
No, say holy.
You
shit.
haven't been
Say
holding
holy
back
shit.
this far.
No, I was
Like,
holding back
don't
because
censor.
YouTube was flagging a little.
Shepherd-
because my
Shepherd's
mouth.
okay, but-
Yeah.
Yeah. X doesn't block me, but YouTube does.
I'm gonna be
So I
banned.
want to make sure that I can get distributed properly. So this is exciting. So okay. So it's not launched yet. It's beta.
Not officially launched. We're hoping to launch by South by Southwest officially.
Okay.
But
At the concert?
at the no,
South by
Tech
Southwest
Fair.
is the festival.
Oh, yeah. No, so but not there. That's not where you're launching it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
the concert. Festival. Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's
How do
a tech and film festival.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's film. I thought it was more like
been?
music.
No, there's
It's in
there's two.
Austin, right? Like,
Yes.
yeah. Okay. So
Yeah,
I know what I'm
is there a
talking
concert?
about.
I
Sorry,
think there's a concert.
Tiffany
It's the
has
same- I
obviously
think there's a
not
concert
been
the
to
same day.
Austin, Texas for the.
Yeah, that's what I think. I don't know.
So, but yeah, we're so excited about it.
Okay.
It can't be the
And
same.
who's your partners in it?
So my partners are Erin Norman. She's the CEO.
Okay.
She's an amazing woman. And it's funny because she reached out to me last spring because I was making these Instagram videos. And she's like, I really have something to talk to you about. And I'm just like, I live in Silicon Valley. Like startups hit me up all the time and I'm not interested. And she was like, no, you really have to understand. And then when we finally talked, it's like, oh, okay, this is building something that is actually going to help our community.
Yeah.
Because you just don't want to be the gimmick guy. You don't want to be like, hey, I'm selling this,
Yeah,
or here's
absolutely.
another cheap plastic product from China. But like, this is actually something that's going to benefit.
I love it because I am a tech person.
Uh-huh.
So I had a platform and we had buy your bad a beer.
Okay.
So you can go online and, you could take care of the artist. So I was in music and whatever.
Right.
So you're in the film industry. So you're taking care of the artist, which is great. And I fully am behind that. But Patrick, producer Patrick, we can't thank you enough for being on today. So we have a couple gifts for you for just coming on.
You already
No,
too much.
okay. So so this is just for your wife.
Okay.
What's your wife's name?
Jen.
Jen. Hi, Jen. We love you. Do not let him open this. This is just for you to open. That's for Jen. That's
Thank
for
you.
Little-
Thank you. I won't look at it.
Yeah, don't look at it. And this
It's a doll.
is.
Oh God. If it vibrates, I don't
No,
want
you're
it.
gonna die laughing. I thought about you because
flashlight.
you're like a kind of a. Anyway, just open it.
It's a flashlight.
It's not a Tiffany.
Oh boy.
Your hand this to him. It's heavy.
What's latex? I was going
Well, shut up. Have him open it.
it's like-
You can open it.
I could open it.
Uh,
What is the?
oh.
It's a fire extinguisher. Wait.
Oh, that's cool. It's Albert Einstein.
Because you think you're so smart.
He's gonna put out the fire. I actually needed one of these because I had a grease fire the other day.
Does it really does it
perfect.
work, Liz, or is it
Yeah,
art?
it's a real extension.
This is a real one. because he's a smarty pants. So I was like, okay, you're revolutionary,
Yeah,
So I got a
it's cool.
revolution.
But do you think I'm like accident prone and I'm just gonna like
No, it's you're so hot, you got to put out that fire.
Oh, hey.
Oh.
I thought it was Albert
There's
Einstein.
something
He
else.
came up with a bunch of inventions.
This is awesome.
And you're talking about your invention, which is your new company and what you're doing for the industry. So
I appreciate that.
I just thought, it's great minds think alike. And I just thought, there you are. Because you never know what you're doing, Patrick. It could be so great for so many people. And,
Putting out fires.
And
That's
I
what we
want to
do.
be one of the first shows to put it out there that we had you on. And could you imagine if all creatives could make
their own stuff?
Make their own stuff.
That's what we're hoping for.
Like artists should be making their own money. Like labels and streaming platforms should not be making the money.
that change the
The artists should be.
How does union get involved? I'm sorry. It's like
So everything still kind of works out. We're actually doing, I don't know when this is going to air, but we're doing a live on February
Next week.
13th. Okay.
Or week after.
So we're doing actually a live on Thursday. That's going to answer a lot of these questions about like union and distribution and funding. But
SAG.
we could cut that part out.
Yeah, but anyway, so producer Patrick, we can't thank you enough for coming down.
Well, thank you for having me.
And
I really appreciate it.
Just educating us on what the heck is going on with AI. And we know that Keith will no longer be dating any of the girls online. He decided that he's going to cut all the apps off. Tiffany is going to get off all the dating apps.
We're dating only AI girls from now on.
Thank you for watching Spotlight by Girl Talk. I'm Elizabeth Vargas.
Keith Maximilian.
Tiffany Soursby.
And Patrick Caligiuri.
Like, follow, subscribe, support us on Patreon, but more importantly, follow us on YouTube to get notified on the latest and greatest tea time, the tea that you need. Thank you, Patrick. We love you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, you're out?
I'm out. No, I got one swig left. I got one swig left.